Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. This is Dick from the audience of One Show, and if you're like me, you suffer from chronic diarrhea. Don't let this treatable condition get in the way of your success. Just look at me, sitting in my own filth, but still able to run a mildly successful podcast. So when you are feeling down, remember you have a gastro friend in me. Feel free to ask me about ED too. Enjoy the show, everyone. All right.
Even standing still, we appear to be moving backwards. It's the audience of One Show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss when not to wear a costume, being able to see again, and the world's oldest chicken. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the guy who is in tune with his body at all times. It's Dick. I'm not sure about bowling alley sushi. Shishler. It's hard to say sushi, Shishler. And Dick, I just want to say thank you for that personal, heartfelt
I can't
message.
believe you were recording me at the time.
That personal journey that you're going through.
Oh, dude.
Through extreme diarrhea. Thank you for sharing for the other onesies and listeners out there that may be also struggling right there along with you. It's a powerful message.
It was funny to me. I'm going to try now. What I'm going to do is speak like the AI that you did.
What?
And
I don't know what you're talking about. AI.
And we'll continue the conversation of the
It wasn't the most natural cadence, I will agree.
It was wonderful.
But you should have seen his eyes in this studio onesies when that played, because he had not listened to it. I did not. I did not preview that for him prior, and so his eyes got real big.
Oh, okay. What the hell?
Heck is this?
Oh, that's great. And you know what? I'm going to leave that in the show. I'm like, I want people to come up to you and be like, "How's that diarrhea and ED problem?" I mean. Jesus.
So, Dick, where were you when the world began to heal? When the temperatures cooled and the oceans receded? Where were you during the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce engagement announcement? If you're like me, I was at work and it comes blasting across my computer screen as like a news blast. I'm like, really? This is where we're at?
I see all these memes first, of course, because I'm a meme guy. And I couldn't tell who it was.
What do you mean? Oh, just by the picture?
Just by the picture. And I was like, why is this like a popular thing? Like, who are these people? Like, why are these funny memes? I'm missing the joke. I missed the joke.
And the memes probably came out instantly,
right?
And
I thought I had that moment. I'm too old. I'm too old to understand what this picture is because I'm not up with current events. And then eventually I think I saw something where their podcast had a promotion saying that congratulating them getting engaged. And I was like, so that's them?
Yeah, and I believe that podcast with the Kelce brothers and her on there from 2 weeks ago is now the most streamed podcast in the history of podcasting. So we are just right behind it. They zoomed right past us and our tens, maybe 20s of views that we get. They've gotten, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of views in just 2 short weeks.
Okay, so
Taylor Swift
stuff I never really followed that much. But one thing I do love is imagining families that encounter something that's unique. And what I don't know anything about the Kelce. Is it Kelce? Kelce family. But is there? And you might know. I'm asking you. Is there like a sibling they have? Because I know they're 2 brothers and they were outstanding football. They're great football players. Is there like another family member, kind of like the Mannings? Where like they had the oldest
brother would have been the best of them if he hadn't gotten hurt
or something like that. So, and I was thinking to myself,
as far as I know, no.
Okay, because I was like, you know how funny it would be if they have like a younger sister.
Mm-hmm. And I know where you're going.
And then it's like, oh hey, my sister-in-law is Taylor Swift.
What?
Like that would be really funny to me.
I'm confused.
No, like them. Like the brothers have a
Yes.
younger sister, and it's like, oh, they're in college or they're now in their professional career or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, hey, I heard your brother's getting married to Taylor Swift. And then it's like, oh, Christmas is very interesting.
It's going to be very interesting going forward. I just cannot wait for the divorce album because most of her songs are written about exes and whatnot, but she has yet to actually been married. So this divorce album in however many number of years is going to be epic.
I mean, I guess whatever.
Do you think you're going to get invited to the wedding, Dick?
Yeah,
I know that you are a man about town.
They've already married. They haven't released that yet. That's so.
Oh, you've already gone.
That's an AO.
You signed an NDA, did you?
Exclusive. They're already married, man. I was there. I was
wonder
behind
if
the fence. I'm like, oh my god.
I wonder if she and you ever got married. What that divorce record for you would sound like.
Oh, it would have been great.
Actually, probably would have outsold any of her other records.
Lost love.
A lot of disappointment in that album, I have a feeling.
Think so?
Yeah.
It'd be very. No, she probably switched her genre to like heavy metal because she's just so angry.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I did everything wrong.
And you know what? It would still sell like 10 billion copies.
No, but it's so funny you bring that up because I really like that kind of stuff. I don't pay attention to, and the meme thing,
couldn't avoid it.
The meme thing got me.
Could not
I was like,
avoid
"What
it.
is this picture of a girl with the guy leaning?" I was
So
like,
lame. You're so old.
What is this?
So, Dick, I have a little bit of an announcement to make.
This better be good.
Okay.
You're interrupting me.
Oh, go ahead.
Finish my day.
Finish
my day.
your day.
You're interrupting my day.
Yeah, I actually kind of am. So I'm. I think here at the AOO show, we take great pride in delivering you accurate and reliable news. Because if not for that, Dick, we don't have anything. And so I want to make a correction from last week.
Ooh.
I inadvertently mispronounced broligarchy.
Oh, what is it?
I kept saying broliarchy.
Well,
And it's broligarchy.
Broligarchy. Yeah, who cares?
Well, my apologies to the onesies and all the people who said, bro,
I
totally
told
weren't
you.
pronouncing that right. I'm sorry.
I told
broligarchy.
you. When you select these articles, make sure you proofread them because you usually choose scientific articles.
Yeah. Well, there's a few in this week as
And
well.
I'm never gonna attempt that. I'll just tell people like we'll just put it in the link. Like,
but I think that's part of the fun in trying to pronounce some of these medical conditions and whatnot.
you think so? You think it's fun to sound like an idiot?
Touche, my friend. Touche.
Yeah, that's so funny. Well, hey, it was great to hang out with you this weekend.
Yes.
And
yeah, you moved furniture for me. I appreciate it.
Just a little bit.
But we did hang out a little bit afterwards.
I loved it. I was thinking about that. I was like, that was such a nice little time
It was.
to share a beer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, like, man, that's one of my favorite things to do.
Do nothing and sit in the pool and drink? Go figure.
No, I meant sharing.
That's going to be one of Taylor's songs.
Sharing time with somebody. And
Aww. It's really sweet,
it
man.
was nice. I was like, I haven't done that in a while.
And you kept that chronic diarrhea under control the entire weekend?
I have a poop bag. I got one of them
Thank
poopers.
you. Thank you.
Got one of them poop bags. But yeah, no, the Woodlands is always an interesting place to me. And it was nice.
Well, thank you. I had a good time hanging out with you as well, and I appreciate you helping me move a piece of furniture that weighed close to a metric ton. That was interesting.
Well, that's one thing I love about heavy old furniture because usually you have to treat it delicately, and then of course it's 190 pounds. How much do you think it really weighed?
Man, that thing had to have weighed 500 pounds.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe 400.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, we gotta be careful.
Yeah, careful that it doesn't impale us.
That's one thing I love about Andrew is he's OCD about stuff, and it was just so funny watching him try to like when they were moving it out of the store. He's just like, what are they? If they scratch that, I'm like, what are they gonna do if they scratch it? Like this place isn't a.
They're gonna do nothing because I signed a waiver that said not responsible if the guys damage it upon loading it into your truck. Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun. And this week has been very boring for me, just doing stuff. Nothing interesting.
Well, I had something interesting. I noticed a neighbor of mine. I don't really know this person. I just have seen them, and it's kind of one of those. We're on the relationship where you just kind of wave. It was the husband and wife, and the wife is pregnant. Very obviously pregnant. And this reminds me...
She got a bubble.
She got a bubble.
And about to burst.
A baby bubble, yes.
About to burst.
And it reminds me of AOOs, or at least my personal rules for dealing with pregnant women, and how you never mention it. It does not matter how obvious to you or to everyone around it. You do not say, so, how far along are you?
Why would
Is it going to be a boy or girl? You just don't say. I don't care if it's your own wife and she's crowning right in front of you. That baby pops out. You go, wow, didn't know you were pregnant, hun. All right. You just don't say a word. Because I have seen a guy, I have been witness to the, oh, so how far along are you?
Oh, yeah, no. Me
and
too. Me too. I've been that guy.
And the, I'm not pregnant response. It was...
Well, see, I've been in
it was palpable, the air.
I've been in a situation where...
So don't say anything is my point.
Both situations happened where I got in trouble. I've been there where I'm like, oh, cool, like, you pregnant? And like, no, I'm not. And then I've been there where I don't mention anything. He's like, you know I'm pregnant, right? I'm like, no.
That's the safer air, though.
Yeah, but I still get in trouble. So I just...
It is. Yeah, there's no good way of dealing with it. And that goes for male or female onesies. Just don't say anything. And let them tell you. And oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, so I will let you know, though. So you talk about waving to your neighbor. We have neighbors, right? And one of my favorite things...
Poor people.
One of my favorite things to do now is do the... what is it, like hang 10?
Yeah, hang loose or hang 10.
I do this little thing now to everybody.
Oh, are you that guy?
I just started...
You've moved up from waving to just thumb and pinky,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm like, what's up?
You lazy bastard.
And what's
just
great,
extend all 5 fingers.
No, what's great is now they do it back to me.
Oh, my God. Maybe they're trying to speak to you in your native tongue.
Like
I don't know what this means, but I'm just going to do it back to him.
The gentleman out there, he'll do it to me now.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, because I just started doing it. I was like,
so now you need to test the bounds of how far you can do this.
I'm doing it to everybody now.
No. I mean, do different hand gestures now to see if people will start mimicking them back to you. You'll look like a pitcher or a catcher to a pitcher doing some signs. Yeah.
Well, so like my go-to is
third base coach.
When I see somebody I know, like say we're at a restaurant or we're going through a big area, I always stick my hand up way where I would make eye contact. I'm like, hey, even though they clearly see me, I'm like, right here. And I love doing that to people because they're like, you don't have to make a big gesture about it.
Yeah, we got it. Got inch gesture, but go ahead.
Isn't that gesture?
No, I like it though. I like the way you say it better.
Oh, now we have to go back to the next episode.
Make a correction. Well, speaking of that, we have a huge show announcement. That's right. The audience of One Show will be broadcasting live from the sidelines of the Houston Texans opening game next week. Excited about this, man. So glad we are able to get this opportunity to do that. I think it's going to be a great show.
What are we doing?
We're broadcasting from the game, right?
Sure.
Oh no, man. I guess we're not.
Are we really going to do that?
No, man. I was just hoping.
Like,
It'd certainly be cool if we could,
need
though.
To check my email.
But hey, if you drop us a like, share, subscribe, and follow, maybe even donate, maybe we'll be able to get to the game.
I do not want to go to the game.
From the sidelines? Can you imagine us trying to do the show from the sidelines?
No.
I need a suite, man. I got my own toilet.
I don't want to think about that. The traffic. I told you I went for a full season, and it was terrible. I did master like the way to get there, but that was by the end of the season.
It is gotten to a point where the games on TV are probably better experience.
Well, do you have a rule where it's like, I kind of have this little rule. I don't follow it all the time, but if it takes me longer to arrive to someplace than the actual event,
true, which happens quite often. I kind of
like don't want to do that.
It takes half a day to get there.
It's an option,
basically.
right? Like if I have to go to court, I'm like, I have to go there, and it might.
And you're in court so often.
It's very true. My name is not unique, so everyone thinks I'm this guy who did terrible things. But no.
But alas, we are not broadcasting from the sidelines. But onesies, if you could just do us a favor, just give us a like, a share, a follow, throw a few bucks. We can get out to
donate.
the game. Donate sponsor.
I gotta fix my diarrhea, apparently.
Yeah, gastro doctors are not cheap.
Toilet paper. I need a bidet. I need an industrial bidet. Clean myself off all the time.
Speaking of that, I don't know if you're familiar with the ducks in the woodlands. These ducks that are in the woodlands are crazy.
Oh, yeah, ducks.
They're not afraid of anything. They crap. That's where I'm going with this. They crap all over the place, all over the sidewalks. Anytime you get near any of those ponds or lakes, you start to smell it. They're afraid of nothing, man. Okay. You ride your bike around them. You have to go around them. They ain't moving. But what I think is really funny is there are signs everywhere near these ponds that say, do not feed the ducks. And inevitably, there will be someone within 5 feet of that sign throwing bread out there, maybe some crackers, some Ritz. Those ducks just eating it up. But I guess it's like, if you don't read the sign, does it not count? Because like it's right there.
Yeah.
They don't care, man. And these ducks, they feel so entitled.
I will say that I'm sign blind.
Well, continue. Hold on. Let's travel down this road for a second.
The only reason I know that is I think there's a sign in the studio. I think it says no food or drinks. And
I choose to ignore it and feed those ducks.
But no, I never put it there. And so when I remember about a year into being in here, someone's like, oh, he had their food. And they're like, oh, there's no food or drinks in here? I'm like, no, you can eat in here. And he's like, well, there's a sign. I go, there's a sign in the studio? And I never even noticed
and
it.
you walk past it
every day. And it's in the studio.
Day.
And I'm like, I'm going to leave that up. But no, I'm definitely sign blind. And I had this interesting thing happen to me while I was working outside the other day. And I want to ask you if you ever encountered this. So
yes,
I was moving a lot of dirt, and a centipede got on me and bit me. And I'm sitting there going because I saw it, because you're flinging, and all of a sudden you see it, and you're like, oh, look at that, and then got me. And I go, man, is this gonna be a thing? Is it poisonous? Do I have do I have to go to the doctor?
Am I gonna have to beg for more sponsors to go pay for my doctor bill?
Will you ever encounter that where you get bit by a spider or something and bit?
You're I don't know what this is.
But I reacted quickly. I killed it, and I was just like, is there a Google app or something where I can take a picture of
of your bite?
And
my bite.
A picture of the centipede.
Yeah.
Or millipede. I don't know what it was.
Do you think centipedes are jealous of millipedes because of all the legs?
I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things. It's really don't want to deal with this right now. We'll just see what happens.
We'll just see how big this festers.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
So are you about to show me something really nasty on your leg?
No, it wasn't that big.
It went away?
It wasn't that big.
Dang it. I was hoping this story was going to
say it was about this long.
About that long. All right, buddy, let's go ahead and kick off the show. And I'm hoping the show music worked. Oh, it's going to be a doozy, baby. It's going to be a doozy of a show. I could feel it. A St. Petersburg woman wearing a hot dog costume was arrested for disorderly conduct this week, according to officers. Officers said she was upset that her neighbor was parking near her yard. She leaned against the vehicle and rippled toilet paper and started placing it all over the vehicle. Not rippled, ripped toilet paper. This is interesting, Dick, because I have a feeling that when you're committing mischievous acts, a misdemeanor like this, right? Wearing a costume probably helps you get away with said crime. But I do think there's a limit to when the costume actually starts to hurt your ability. And I think dressing up as a hot dog probably doesn't help you evade the law.
You know there's a skit about this, right?
No. I guess not.
I Think You Should Leave. You ever seen that show on Netflix? I think it's Tim Robbins.
No, it sounds interesting though.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre skits. But I want to say he worked for SNL for a little bit, and then he does these skits, and then Netflix gave him a show, basically a skit show. There's
what show?
A skit show.
Okay.
So there's little skits, but there's literally a skit about he crashed. There was a hot dog car that crashed into some department store. And everyone's like, who did this? Who is this? And he's wearing a hot dog costume. And he's like, I don't know who did this. And
maybe that's where she was going.
I'm telling
Very
you,
meta.
That's so funny. I'm going to actually, thank you for sharing this, because I'm going to.
Well, she was accused of being intoxicated. No way. And she refused to cooperate with the investigation, according to the police. But I just don't understand it. So I have a feeling it was one of these things where this woman has been parking in front of her house for a while.
Yeah.
She doesn't say anything, gets mad about it. And one day she's drinking a nice Chardonnay or 5, maybe a nice edible, I don't know. Decides to put on that hot dog costume and goes out there and confronts her. But again, I just don't think the hot dog costume is helping her out in this case. Because honestly, if she were just dressed normally, this story would not have made it to the show.
You think so?
It's not an AOO story. It's just
getting
normal.
arrested in a costume is one of my favorite things.
I know.
So I'm glad you showed. There's no pictures of it, though, of course.
Well, there's a picture of her, but she has the costume removed at this point.
No, see, that's
probably obstructed her face.
That for the AOOs, the new onesies, that's like a dream of mine, is to witness someone get arrested in a costume. I don't know why. It's just one of those.
Because if you
odd
think
things.
about it, ripping up toilet paper, leaning against a car. I mean, we've all done that a few times, right?
Yeah.
That's really harmless. She's not doing any damage there, but I have a feeling she was being quite belligerent. And
Yeah.
like I said, the costume makes it all the much better. Staying on this theme of costumes, Dick, a Florida man was arrested last week while dressed in a full jester costume. Do you know what a jester costume is?
Is it a gesture?
It is not a gesture costume. Jester. You know, like a court jester. It's got the bells and the hat that's got all the little...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that's called, but that's what makes it a jester. After he threatened a landscaper with a 12-inch long dagger, apparently perturbed by the sound of the worker's lawnmower. Get this, dude. This guy's out there mowing a yard, minding in his own business, and this dude, Anthony Marzola, comes at him in a full jester costume. The mower can't hear him due to the sound of the lawnmowers. And this guy starts whipping out a dagger and waving it at him, yelling, "You can't mow here! You can't mow here!" Bro.
So he's drugs.
I mean, maybe. Now, I will say...
Again, no photo.
The sound
I'm very
of...
disappointed in this.
The sound of lawn mowing equipment in the middle of the day is quite annoying. As someone who has been bothered by the drone of a weed eater, I kind of myself have wanted to put on a jester costume and go out there and do a little justice myself, but I didn't. I withheld. I'm not victim blaming here. So what did this guy do?
Like, you really
it's
that
so
annoyed?
Loud. Sometimes it's really loud. But I will say this lawnmower did the only thing he could do and use the lawnmower as a barrier, a barricade, as a weapon. That's what I would. I'd lift that thing up and try and get one of his little clown shoes.
Yeah. Better watch those bells,
yeah,
dog.
the bells. Dude, that's got to be terrifying. Because that's one of those costumes, I think, that it's like it's kind of like a clown. It's just not... They're scary, Dick. They scare me.
I mean, I think it'd be wild.
It would.
So do you think to increase my odds of my dream, I should go to Disney World and see if they get arrested?
Huh?
Because they wear costumes at Disney World.
You could probably get away with a crime dressed as a hot dog a lot better at Disney World or Jester.
I mean, how often do they get arrested there?
Not often.
Yeah.
Not often.
Maybe I should do some warrant checks on their employees, and then I could, orchestrate the whole thing. I'll be like, we got Jack here. He's Donald Duck. He works on this day. He's got a warrant. Just to let you know. And I hang up the phone and just camp out. Like, all right, Donald Duck's about to get it.
Traumatize the children.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, Marzola, owns a nearby smoke shop called Psychedelic Jester's Smoke Shop. And he didn't specify why he was wearing the costume in the middle of the day. I have a feeling that is a costume that he wears while at work.
That's
got it specific, and he decided to put this on the middle of the day because he was probably high AF and got annoyed by the lawnmower. I can't imagine that this guy was doing anything wrong because there are rules in certain neighborhoods that you're not allowed to mow or make certain noise before or after certain hours.
I've been there.
But this was the middle of the afternoon.
Here's a funny story. My growing up, my dad always made us do all the yard work, and which is normal, right? And I remember our neighbor complained because we would start at like 8 a.m. and depending on the time change, it was whatever. It was like his only day off or whatever. And I was like, so what?
I'm still on 7 a.m. time.
Yeah, or whatever. And I was like, I don't know. I think it was 7 a.m. when we started it, and we're like, okay, sorry. When can we do it? Like, what's like because I don't want to be out here.
Yeah, when do we not run the risk of you putting on a jester outfit and wielding a knife at us?
Long story short, the time changed. So it was darker, longer in the morning. Mm-hmm. But we would still start at the time he said we could.
So you're out there in the dark?
Well, I mean, like, someone's rising. And it was like, he got mad again. And I'm like, well, you told us that we could be out here.
Oh, man. You got him on a technicality,
huh?
No,
I'm like, I mean, that's...
Ha-ha, two can play at this game.
Well,
did he have a retort for that?
Well, it's one of those things, like, but when I was growing up, my parents had these rules where we had to do things before we could go have fun. So it'd be homework or whatever. So, like, right when we got home, I hated it because I'm sitting there going, like, I literally just got out of school. Do you think I want to do homework? Yeah. Like, I've been sitting and listening to this crap all day. But they're like, no, if you want to go to your friend's house, you want to do this. Same thing with taking care of the yard. It's like, hey, you have to do the yard this Saturday before you go do anything. You got to do that before you leave.
Yeah, but you know what's great about being an adult is you don't have to live at your parents' house anymore and you don't have to mow their yard.
Yeah, that's very true. But that's why we would do the yard so early. So, yeah.
Sorry, Dick.
What? I like doing the yard.
cracked myself up there.
Yeah.
A person.
And you're the one that puts it off.
A person in California tested positive for a variant of bubonic plague. Bro, I didn't know this was still around. Otherwise known as the Black Death.
Yeah, all that stuff's still
said
around.
health official. You knew this and you didn't tell me? Oh my God. The plague has claimed an estimated 200 million human lives so far throughout history.
Do we know
and
if
yes,
that really
it
happened?
still exists today, albeit in a much more treatable form than in the past. And you know who's most upset about this bubonic plague outbreak? Leprosy. Leprosy's pissed about it. Bubonic plague taking all the shine, getting all the pub. Pissed.
Well, I mean, I think that kind of stuff is always going to be around, right?
I thought we had it under control, Dick. I didn't realize that bubonic plague is still a thing. Do you know how you acquire said disease?
Isn't it inhaling crap?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Or it can be transmitted to humans through the bites of infected fleas that live on rodents and other small animals. So I guess if you're snorting them,
I eat them.
like Ozzy did with the ants, then yes, I suppose you could catch the plague that way too. But also, dogs and cats may bring plague-infected fleas into the home.
Yeah.
Now I'm terrified. I'm going to go home and that dog of mine is out. When the wife asks him, say, "Plague, the plague. We can't risk it, hon."
God, you wonder why no one likes spending time with you.
Well, it says human cases of plague are extremely rare, but can be very serious if left untreated. It was devastating in Europe during the mid-1300s, killing around 50 million people alone. Now, there is a medical term for this that I skipped because I didn't want to attempt to try and say it. Yeah, I don't even know where it went now. It's called Yersinia pestis. Okay, not too bad. That is the bacterium name for the plague, bubonic. I don't know, man. I think, look, I understand that doctors have a tough job.
Okay.
But I imagine if someone walked in with bubonic plague, I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, that's why you're not a doctor.
This is true.
You're a pansy boy.
I didn't sign the Hippocratic Oath. Do you think they actually sign it, or is it more just like a suggestion? Like the Pirate's Oath?
I never really cared.
No way.
I never really cared.
About 10 years ago.
Isn't that a thing where when people get injured in like an accident, they're like, "Is there a doctor here?"
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time they're like, "No."
Oh yeah, dang it.
I don't know.
Jeez. Does anybody ever look left, right? Does anybody know me? Nope, not here.
But I don't know if it's a physical piece
bro,
of paper.
I'm off right now. I'm not on the clock.
I don't know if there's a piece of paper though.
Yeah. Look in your wallet.
I doubt it.
Do I have my Hippocratic
Oath
in my wallet?
I
Nope.
think it's a mindset they teach them.
Perhaps.
That's what, if I had to guess, like code of ethics.
What are the signs of plague though? If you catch it from fleas, I get that, but what are the signs?
You're dying.
It says, per official release by the health department, symptoms of the plague usually show up within 2 weeks of exposure. They include fever, check, nausea, got it, weakness and swollen lymph nodes. Uh-oh, Dick, I believe you need to see your physician soon. It does not say anything about chronic diarrhea. That was one thing I did notice about you when I walked in here today. I'm like, good God, look at the lymph nodes on that dude.
God, you're
It does say that plague is naturally present in many parts of California. Jesus, remind me not to go back to California.
Stop being so afraid.
After 10 years without sight, Gail Lane, a 75-year-old woman from Victoria, British Columbia, has regained
you see this
her
woman's face?
Vision. She regained her vision.
Is that a real?
She can now see again thanks to a tooth surgically placed into her eye socket.
Well, have you seen her eye socket?
I have. I figured you would go,
that looks fake.
This whole thing seems fake, but alas, it is not. Lane underwent.
I'm pulling it up.
Here we go.
I'm pulling it up.
Lane underwent, everyone, osteodontocerebral keratosis, a rare tooth in eye surgery at Mount St. Joseph Hospital in Vancouver. She was one of 3 Canadians to receive this rare tooth in eye surgery in February of this year. And you were watching a video of her.
I want to get rid of this ad thing.
And it's the little X over there in the corner. Yeah, and she looks like someone who just recently had a tooth jabbed in her eye. The left eye there not doing so good, but hey, she can now see again. Now, here's the thing, Dick.
Well, she looks like a lizard person. She's turning, man.
Miss
Wait,
Lane.
I got to ask you this, though.
Uh-huh.
What's amazing, because I think this is a wonderful story. I'm so glad this woman can see.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think anyone's going to ask her, like, do you kind of want to go back?
No, man, she can see.
Well, no, like, there's a little part of her that, like...
No, don't be showing this. This is nasty.
Well, I know, it's insane.
So, here's the thing, the question I have, is when you're a medical student and you're trying to get funding for research for this tooth and eye, and you walk in front of this board, and you're begging for millions of dollars to do this surgery, you're like, okay, hear me out.
Put a tooth in it.
Yeah, just listen, guys. I know it's going to sound crazy, but what if we take this tooth and we jam it in someone's eye to see if that works?
It worked.
It worked. What else can you stick in your eye now to gain vision, I'm wondering?
Well, I think it's a wonderful story, but she does look like a lizard person that's turning.
Sorry to her family who is listening to this widely broadcasted show.
I guess that does kind of give you that neat answer to, like, would you be disfigured so you can still operate?
It's just a tooth, man.
It's not a tooth.
Would you give up a tooth
her
if you could?
eye socket looks like 3 times bigger than her right eye. Now, is that because she's healing?
No, but here's maybe, I don't know. Is that as good as it gets?
Because that's wild to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, would you look like that to be able to have your sight back again? Because I don't think it was just the one eye. It was both eyes. You just got to jab it in one, though, and it works for both somehow.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know, man.
But no, I like it.
It says Lane lost her vision due to complications from Stevens-Johnson syndrome, an autoimmune disorder usually triggered by certain medications.
Those Stevens.
I can't believe. Can you imagine being the first person, you're blind, and they come and they go, all right, we've got an experimental procedure, and we'd like to know if you're willing to try this. Doc, I'm at my wit's end. I will do anything to see again. All right, what we have to do, and again, hear me out. I don't know if I'd look at him. Well, I guess I wouldn't look at him. I would look in their general direction and say, dude, you got to be crazy. Now, I wonder if it's just any tooth. Does it have to be like a molar, maybe an incisor? I don't know.
You're using words I don't understand. I think it's whatever, dude. Again, doctors, I have that weird feeling when I see a doctor, when they try to explain something, I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like, if you think we should do it, let's do it. Like, you're the one that's, in this position to do it to me. Just do it. That's
a position of power right there.
Yeah, I'm like,
I can yank your tooth, jam it in your face, and give you sight again. That's power, right?
Like, I'm submitting to it.
That's power. Last story here before the break: Whirlpool, the appliance maker, is giving away a limited number of washing machines that play the hit Outkast song "So Fresh, So Clean" after each cycle.
Annoying.
Big Boy, part of the hip-hop duo, has teamed up with the appliance brand for the national sweepstakes. Yes, and if you're not familiar with that song, it was a big hit, 10, 15 years ago. A decent song, I guess. But can you imagine that playing after every
you could probably hack it, right?
Cycle? That's where I'm going.
What would you do?
I don't know. Maybe move, bitch, get out the way, something like that. They see me rolling dirty. I don't know. Is that a song?
Well, this is only when it jingles when it's done.
When it's done, yeah, that would be dirty. Before it gets in there, I guess. Right? I don't know. Maybe a nice Taylor Swift song. Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what I would do.
Well, anyways, my point is, you could probably hack these things.
No, I already know what I would do. You know what I would do?
Things.
I would do the smoke detector signal noise, low battery noise. No. Because that would really get you up. Like, I got to go do, like, why do I keep hearing that? Oh, it's my laundry. I got to go take care of that because this sound is annoying.
Maybe Whiskey River Don't Run Dry. No, that'd be a good one.
No, that'd be stupid.
I don't know.
I think
man. But yeah, this would be highly annoying. But the point is, if you can have a device that can control radioactively, or not radioactively, but through radio signals, can steal your code to your credit card.
Yeah.
All these things, it can get into your dishwasher or your washing machine and put in just about anything. I think you and I have an opportunity here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Just
not
saying. We'll
following,
talk about
but
it
whatever.
during the break. All right, man. Speaking of break, it's a pretty good time to take a break. When we come back, we are going to discuss being single at a wedding. Right here on the Audience of One show, everyone.
I've done
Stick
that.
around. I know you have.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
We back. And I didn't have a cool AI voiceover for the second half of the show. But welcome back to Audience of One here at Lone Star Community Radio. Just to remind folks, we are a nonprofit here. And we always appreciate donations. There's a donation link below in the YouTube, and support the show. We also like sponsors. And we also like user-submitted articles, which you can submit to audienceofoneshow@gmail.com. And, of course, I actually just do it there because I don't want to deal with anything else, which I don't deal with in the first place. But,
it's
yeah,
my job.
Welcome back.
Dick, you are the show engineer. You are directly responsible for what gets recorded, what gets videoed, what gets played when and where. You, sir, are the one that pushed that button to make that very heartfelt announcement. So don't you be pointing any fingers at me, sir.
I'm not denying that was me. I'm just not going to say it was me.
Mm-hmm. You're not saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what will be next from AI Dick.
Nah,
Are you going to make any halftime adjustments? Did you go into the huddle, the halftime of the show? Be like, all right, here's some things, some game alterations I'm going to make.
I pissed.
Oh, bingo.
That's about it.
You looked a little.
It's funny that I say that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday, I'm doing the seniors tournament, and this guy, I was waiting. He got his number drawn to do a money shot, and he's in the restroom forever. Right?
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, I'm doing the tickets.
Uh-huh.
Name was drawn.
He had his name drawn.
And I'm like, where the hell
to have a money shot?
Yes, where the hell is Warner?
What kind of place you working at? Continue.
And I'm like, where the hell is Warner? And everyone's like, oh, he's in the restroom. And then right when he comes out, I got on the mic and just started saying, finally, I started talking trash, and he hits it, and he wins the money. So everyone else, after they got drawn, they superstitiously went to the restroom.
Or it could be the fact that this is the seniors, no tap.
I don't know, but
a lot of enlarged prostates in that bowling alley.
I had a couple of them go, hey, I got to use the restroom real quick. Warner got the shot, so I got to go do it too. And I'm like, gosh darn it, why did I make fun of him?
I think this might just be a byproduct of being elderly, but hey, whatever. Go with it, man. Go with it.
Whatever. But yeah, we're back.
Here's to you, Warner.
Yeah, shout out to Warner. I'm always.
What if I just go like right now? You think that'll help me? Like have a better performance in the second half of the show?
I mean, it could. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Warner's onto something. That's what I did.
I'm going right now.
You know, it's funny. No one's ever defecated in the studio.
It's the first time for everything.
The only thing I ever had is the dude passed out. I had a dude pass out. I think he had a stroke or something. It was wild.
That is wild.
And because I think I told you the story, didn't I? Ever tell you this story?
Yeah. Wait. No, you told me about the person who died.
Okay. This guy was just talking, and all of a sudden his speech got very slurred. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the back. This is at the old studio, so I had no instant access to the people.
Right, the engineering booth was tucked away, and
I start screaming, "Hey, he's gonna fall!" And because he's like, "Hey,
no!" And that's scary, man.
Oh, dude! And I was like, "Someone's got to catch him." Hello, and there's like a full table.
And they all just let him fall, huh?
And he hit his head.
Oh, my gosh.
Hit his head on the table and then just rolled off.
But it's made for some great radio, though, huh?
No, actually, what was...
That's terrible.
No, this is so funny to me because...
Hilarious.
I saw it all on camera, and I'm like, hey, this guy's going to... Something's happening. Right when I got him up, I ran over there, and I got him up, put him against the wall. He was like, out. And so we immediately call emergency services. And while we're waiting, this lady goes, "You got to make sure he doesn't sue you." And I'm like, and I look at her, I go, "Why would you tell me that right now? Like, that's what we want to talk about right now? Why would he sue me in the first place? What did I do?"
Hopefully he was still unconscious and didn't hear that and give the idea.
Well, it turned out that he was part of some big hedge fund company, and they're probably going to do something. And of course, I called probably like 5 days later. I called just to see how he's doing.
If he was part of a hedge fund, you needed to sue them for doing damage to your board there when his head hit it from his forehead.
But anyway, in the story, what was nice is when I made the phone call and I was like, I'm just checking on the guy. Like, it was really strange, and he was young. I think he was like my age. So it was wild. Like,
that is scary.
Yeah. And then they even asked me, like, "Hey, can we have the footage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if that helps the doctors understand we literally have the whole thing from him talking normally to
that's for liability,
going down." But hey, you know what? I
Interesting,
didn't get sued.
Hey, way to go! The station lives on, and so does he.
I helped him find the diagnosis for it.
It's true.
So
look at you.
I basically saved that man's life.
Look at you.
He never calls me.
He should. He owes his life to you. Dick, have you ever been in the situation where you're kind of talking to someone and maybe you kind of get a little personal and you're like, man, I really hate the fact that I'm so fill in the blank. I'm so short, or I'm so fat. And inevitably their response is, because you put that person in sort of a weird position in how to reply. You could do that. You could choose that route, I suppose.
Well, I would tell you straight up, I go, you can't change your height, but you can change your weight.
Okay, look at you. Already looking on the bright side.
I mean,
but in this case, what if I said, man, I just hate the fact that I'm so short. Can't fix that.
I'd be like, well, I don't think you're short.
Boom. And the response usually is, wow, you're not that short.
And I'd point at the kid. I'm like, that kid's short.
There's always someone short.
Yeah, there's always someone
short. And it's the word that always gets me. Because there's always an emphasis on the word that. They go, oh, you're not that short. For whatever reason, that kind of bothers me. They could say something like, oh, at least you're taller than him. Or, oh, you're not short. But that word that gets me.
It seems like you've had this conversation with all your friends.
I may have.
It reminds me of, one of my favorite scenarios that happens is when you get a text message from an unknown number.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, hey, this is so-and-so, I got a new phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't changed my phone number since, I don't know, 17, 18. And so I immediately, when people send that to me, like, what happened? Like, what happened? Like, why'd you have to change your phone number?
Burner.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta know. I gotta know what happened. Is your girlfriend after you?
That happened to me recently.
Yeah?
I think
I still haven't gotten a response from my buddy. Because ironically, like a week ago, I was hanging out with him. And he was telling me some crazy stories about work and the ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. And then when he sends me that, I go, you got to tell me what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Did she try to kill you? What's going on?
Need to know basis.
Yeah.
And I think I questioned this person. He said, hey, this is so-and-so. This is my new phone number. I said, how do I know it's you? Tell me something about me that only this person would know. Start playing games like that. We went back and forth for about 3 times. I still wasn't sure if it was him.
Well, somehow the AI knew I had diarrhea and ED problems. Chronic. I don't know how they knew that about me.
Look, your ED isn't that bad.
No, it's only when I have diarrhea.
Dick, have you
Which happens to be all the time.
Same time. That's the terrible, dreaded number 3. Dick, have you ever walked out of a movie? I feel like for you, this is probably a pretty low percentage because your tolerance seems to be pretty high for crappy movies. In fact, the crappier the better. You tend to like them. So I'm curious, have you ever walked out of a movie?
I want to say the only time I ever walked out of a movie, I got sick. Like legit, I threw up in the toilet and everything. Like at the
Glad
movie.
You made it.
But yeah, like I had that weird food poisoning moment. My favorite food poisoning moment was we're going to
tell me about your favorite food poisoning moment. Dick.
It was you're gonna love this. So one of my friends, one of my friends at the time was the kicker for Rice University, and they were in a bowl game. So we're like, oh, we're all gonna go to the bowl game. We're gonna have a great time. And so we went to a lunch spot before we went, and on the way to the stadium, I got sick. Like I was like, I do not feel good, guys. Like this is bad. And then the closest thing we could find was a mall. So you can imagine going to the mall.
You've got another long haul to find the restroom.
Yes.
I just would have hit that potted plant up out front of Dillard's.
Dude. And I was like, you know that feeling you get when you're going to throw up, like you just sweat and it's coming. And I'll never forget, I was running in there and I'm like, where's the restroom? Like, where's this restroom? And I was going to go to the restaurant, but the restaurant was closed. So I couldn't get in there because there's probably a restroom in there. And then I found the restroom, but I've never done this ever. Right when I opened the door and right when I get up to the stall, right when I reached my hand to hit the stall, I just threw up. And you can imagine people are washing their hands behind me, and they just see throw up all over these doors. And
thanks for sharing that.
And I'm sitting there, and everyone's kind of looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, I just did that.
I thought you said I was going to love this story.
No, it was great. I was like, oh, now I feel terrible. So I went to go find. I went to the services. It's like, hey, I just threw up because they're a janitor. I can help out. So the janitor shows up, and he's like, I heard someone threw up. And he's like, you saw who did it? And I'm like, yeah, it was me. And he's like, what are you still doing here? And I was like,
because you're an average Samaritan, man. You wanted to clean it up.
And I was
now, in this scenario that you just described in the story that you said I was going to love.
My friends were having a good time with it.
Wouldn't it have been just easier just to puke in the parking lot at that point?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking, man.
You went out of your way, inconvenienced yourself just to puke on a wall, basically.
No, I get it. No, I get how stupid it sounds now. But
at a certain point, you just go outside like nature intended.
Well, the best part about that was, I don't know if anyone's really had that condition of food poisoning. Right when you throw up, you're better. Like, you're 100% better.
No, food poisoning can go on and on and on.
Or like you just ate. With me, I was like, oh, I'm good now. I just need a lot of water. I just need a lot of water. And I'm sitting there going, like, we go to the game, and I'm sitting there, and it's halftime. My buddies are like, you feeling okay? I'm like, yeah, I just can't believe I just threw up all over that bathroom.
Well, somehow I was talking about walking out of a movie. We went there.
I walked out of a movie and I threw
throwing up. No, I don't think that counts. I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie either.
I think as a young child, my parents, we walked out. We went to go see Cabin Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be a comedy. And I think it was one of those movies that was very raunchy. And my mom didn't know that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, we're not watching this.
Is this the Saturday Night Live adaptation?
I think it might have been.
Mm-hmm. That's a film, sir. That is a film.
I know, but I was like 9 at the time.
Yeah, probably not appropriate. I can understand in that scenario,
walking out of that
parents removing children because of inappropriate content. But to me, like, I've already paid.
Yeah.
You've already set aside the next 2 to 2.5 hours because you going into the movie, you had no idea it was going to be bad, unless it's something that's just horrific, like gory, and you can't stand it, or it's inappropriate. I don't think I'm walking out. I think I'm just going to stick it out.
My buddy wanted to walk out of RoboCop because he thought it was the 90s version or the late 80s version, but it was the newer one. And because he legit goes, hey, we want to go see RoboCop? I always want to see it in theaters, thinking it was the older one. We're sitting down, and all of a sudden, the new RoboCop comes on, and he's like, this isn't what I wanted to watch. And I'm like, we're staying, dude. We already paid. And it wasn't that bad. But no, I never walked out of a movie. Never.
Yeah, me neither.
No. You ever been to a movie theater where it shuts down?
I mean, eventually they all do, don't they?
Well, I meant more of like in the middle of the movie, the projector goes out.
Yeah, we had to actually evacuate out the back one time, and I can't remember why, if there was a threat of violence or something, but we all had to go down to the front and exit that door by the theater and stand in the backyard and catch a smoke for a little bit, and then they let us back in, and I don't know what that was about. I can't remember. Other than that, it's the closest I've ever gotten to walking out. I
remember when the projector went off, it was like 3/4 into the movie. And the manager had to come out. And it was one of those funny scenarios where it's like, hey, I know you had like 30 minutes left in this movie. But like, it's going to take us, 20, 30 minutes to fix what's going on.
Oh, right.
And they're like, I can give you another ticket. And this one guy's like, well, I've already seen 3/4 of the movie.
Look, here's a popcorn topper.
I'm not going to sit.
Yeah, here's a popcorn topper. Just go take care of things and be back in half an hour.
And he's like, can you just start it again? Like, no, actually, after it finishes, we have to start the next showing. So they couldn't do it.
Right.
And so many people were upset that they're like, I'm not sitting through another hour and 10 minutes of this crap.
First world problems.
And I laughed and I was like, let's just get out of here.
Dick, we're going to start off this second half of the show with something that I think is going to hit very, very close to home. A dating trend.
Oh, about mowing my parents' lawn?
Yeah, that's very close to home.
Let's see what else you got today.
A dating trend known as Shrekking has been creating headlines. Shrekking is a word used when an individual is dating a person without getting attracted to them. The feeling emerges as a part of the individual expecting better treatment from their partner. So the idea here is I'm going to date someone that I am not attracted to, and I know that I am, in a higher class than them. Like
you're dating down or
dating
up.
down.
I think that's the term.
And the expectation is this person will realize, oh, I have quite a catch here, and in turn treat you better.
See,
there are a lot of problems.
No, I like this a lot because it's like it's going down to our human nature where we just want to manipulate people, and it's like. Because I've always said if I had a lot of money, I would definitely be a sugar daddy.
Sure.
And I would live that lifestyle. I'd be like get a new girl every year. But unfortunately, I have a soul, and that means I'm poor. So,
well, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's probably not best to Shrek someone. And of course, this comes from the movie Shrek.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I think because Fiona was dating
something you actually tell people you're doing?
Well, that's the thing is you can't tell them. I don't think.
Yeah.
This has probably been happening for quite some time on some level. Psychologically, somebody has probably done this for a long time.
Like Anna Nicole Smith?
But now it is an actual trend, and you're doing it intentionally with the intent of, I'm going to go find someone that I know I'm more attractive than. It's really a bad idea, man.
Well, let me ask you this, and I would love the onesies' opinion on this. Is this something where you kind of learn after going through so many bad relationships that you're like, hey, these guys actually treated me right. I wasn't attracted to them. And you kind of get over it?
I think in that case, if you have someone that you're...
a manipulation thing?
This is absolutely a manipulation thing.
This isn't like, I learned how to
correct.
respect myself.
In the scenario you're describing could be a healthy relationship.
It's probably a fantasy world, what I'm describing.
Yes, so. And if they look like Shrek, even better.
Yeah, you like that?
In the scenario you're describing, I think that's actually natural and normal in some cases where maybe you're not attracted to someone, you get to know them over time and you become attracted to them non-physically, and then a relationship blossoms. But this is very much so done on purpose. I'm just going to say you probably need to be physically attracted to someone right at the start. I would think at a minimum, right?
All right.
Usually.
We're going to add that to the list of what I could pay you a lot of money to do. And I'm like, Andrew, you got to go Shrek somebody.
How many different levels down, though, do you have to go, right?
Oh, I'm going to be like, you got to go date like a 22-year-old like power lifter lady. And that's what I would do. And I'm like, awesome. At least she's young.
There are two additional trends that are creating headlines: banksying and reverse catfishing. Reverse catfishing refers to the abrupt process where a person slowly starts to disappear by ending conversations in any way possible. No, that's banksying. Reverse catfishing is completely different, where a person shares photos that have...
Have you not read this? Have you not read this?
I know, I just got it flipped. I just got this flipped. It said reverse catfishing is completely different, where a person shares photos that have a lot of problems, like a double chin and bad lighting. So they're trying to get out of a relationship, I guess, and they're going to reverse catfish somebody. Or they're setting the expectations really low so that when you show up and you're better looking than your picture, they're pleasantly surprised.
What happens if that's natural? Because that happens to me all the time.
You take bad pictures?
Well, there's like, oh.
I promise I'm not reverse catfishing you.
You look a lot better in person. I'm like, yeah. Duh.
Just not photogenic. Banksying. Okay. A process where person slowly starts to disappear by ending conversations in any way possible. The audience of one show.
Yeah.
I feel like you Banksy me quite often. Is that, I guess...
I just never respond to you.
In reference to the artist, Banksy? I guess. I don't know. Well, Shrekking, everyone. Don't recommend it. But hey, man, give it a try. Give it a try. Dick, you recently went to a wedding as a single person, did you not? El Salvador.
There's been a lot of weddings I've been to a single person.
Well, recently. Just recently. A matter of months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
This is
where I had a great time. Got a great time.
Well, this story
Didn't get arrested.
Sure. This story might be close to home then. Jessica and Louis Branda introduced a creative and, for some, controversial alternative to a singles table at their June 30th wedding. Have you ever been to a wedding now as a single guy and they have like a special area for singles to mingle? I've heard of this concept before, where because there's friends of the bride and the groom, and they're all coming together.
Can I tell you something that's really bad that I do?
Hell yeah, that's what this whole show is about.
So I don't
Let me sit back in my chair and listen to this.
I don't sit when it comes to the dinner part.
Okay, continue.
I just walk around. I'm like, I'm not going to do this right now. This is boring.
Do you mean at a wedding or in general?
At a wedding. Well, actually, pretty much anything that's like an organized event, like a gala or something like that.
Because I have witnessed this firsthand from you.
I just don't want to sit there. And I'm like, I don't want to sit here.
As we were having dinner with some friends at his house, and you were nowhere to be found while all the adults were eating. You were out playing pinball.
This is very true.
And we all noticed, where's Dick? Oh, he's playing pinball. So I have seen it in action.
Well, you know how it is. You're the one that was the reason I went. Because you said he had a pinball machine. And I'm like, that's going to be tight.
Touche. You didn't go for the steak.
But no, I definitely, I don't know what it is, but like, especially at the El Salvador, like that place was so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it was too formal of a sit down. Because I was like, I'm not waiting 5 courses, dog. Like, I'll just eat this and I'm good. And then I just walked around and I walked to the river or the lake, and I just walked around. I'm like, I timed myself. I was like, they're going to eat for 45 minutes or so, and I'm not important to the wedding. You know, okay. I'm good.
Well, you missed out on a singles table, or this new twist on this. Inspired by a video that her friend sent her, Jessica Branda printed out a, quote, singles sheet to place on all 12 tables at her wedding reception.
I like it.
The paper, she says, was designed by her friend on Canva and featured photos of 30 single guests at her wedding. Flirty, fabulous, and potentially yours. Potentially your new +1, it said.
All right. As a single guy, I actually do appreciate that.
She said, yes, this is a matchmaking attempt, and you're welcome. Okay. So you would welcome this type of activity if someone was passing out your picture saying flirty and fabulous and your future +1.
I would have a lot more better words for me. But
I don't think you have a choice.
Oh, okay.
I think they just do it.
No, because when I recently became not recently, but when I became single, it was a whole new ball game, right? And then I encounter that when we would go to festivals or barbecue cook-offs. We do the crawfish things, and and I'm like, and I was always talking to people, and then of course they have a boyfriend, and I'm like,
so as someone who's on the prowl, this certainly helps you out, and you can scan to see which one you're least attractive to potentially Shrek. This is a pretty good idea for you.
Yeah, because I told you I told you that story about going to that crawfish deal, and then I was like, I'm not going to get in trouble again. I'm not going to get yelled at. I'm not going to, because I've gotten yelled at before by my friends' wives or something. It's like, hey, why are you talking to this person? I'm like, she started talking to me, and like, she's married. I'm like, oh, okay. So I immediately went to my buddy, and I was like, out of all these people here, tell me who's single, because I don't want to get in trouble. And he's like, well, man, it's just one person.
I think I found the person who actually likes this, because this went kind of viral online.
And I told my friend, I'm like, I like my odds.
Most people did not like this. Oh, you're like the one single person?
Yeah, there's like one single. I like my odds.
The problem is, to me, it kind of comes across as tone deaf, because you're assuming just because someone is single, they want to participate in your little matchmaking game. What if you're just there to support your friend? It kind of comes across as, oh, look at me. I'm so desirable. I'm getting married.
Isn't that kind of the thing?
I'll throw you a bone here and help you catch a +1.
No, isn't that kind of the thing where, like, if you're in the wedding party and you're single, you're supposed to, like, hook up with the other half?
I mean, you're not supposed to. It's the unspoken rule.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, look, I think it happens just because
you're
a lot of times
together.
They're, again, young and single. I guess
young,
it could happen.
Dumb, and
right, single.
What movie's that?
I don't know.
You never seen Point Break?
Oh, of course.
Remember that?
Oh, I've seen. No, I don't actually. I've seen that movie a lot.
You remember I think it was
for various reasons.
The FBI director. He's like, yeah, they're young, dumb, and
gotcha. Yep, we got it.
It was. Oh man, that's great.
Well, anyways, I don't know that I would appreciate my face being put out on the singles list, but this woman apparently got a lot of flack for it. But I'm glad I brought this up, because I was curious, as someone such as yourself who attends weddings as a single person, what you would think about it.
Helps you build your strategy for that evening.
Yes. You actually play bingo with it too in the card.
I'm like, dude, see, that's you know I would do that. Mm-hmm. I would carry that around and be like, all right, you're Sheila.
Now if she sees the list and there's a bunch of cross outs, she's like, oh God, how many were before me?
I mean, there's really nothing. It all depends on like the presentation of it, and I don't think it's really that big of a deal.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. Like I said, I think it just comes across as a little tone deaf. We got to hurry up here because we're running low on time, and I've got a couple stories I do want to finish.
Tone deaf.
Yes. Speaking of women, Brooke Johnson has made history as the first woman to skateboard across the United States.
Way to go.
The 29-year-old kicked off her journey at the beach in Santa Monica, California, and how many days later do you think she arrived in Florida?
Oh, like 300.
119 days.
Oh, wow.
She was cooking, man.
Yeah.
She set out on the grueling adventure to raise money for Wings for Life, a nonprofit spinal cord research foundation in honor of her late stepfather. Okay, man, this is actually really, really inspiring. It's just really, really cool because skateboarding has got to be the most beaten form of transportation of all time. The push to distance ratio really sucks, man. And all it takes is one little pebble to get under your wheel, and there you go going off the front end of that thing.
Skateboard.
You've never caught a little
Talk
rock.
about diarrhea.
You've never caught a little rock on a skateboard wheel, and you're like, man, what is this huge boulder?
Oh, that's great.
You pick it up, and the thing is the size of a little pea.
Yeah. Well,
she did this across the entire United States. Can you imagine? Push, 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 push. Well, she apparently went through several pairs of shoes, enduring inclement weather, tough terrain, all while raising $50,000 in the meantime. So congratulations to her. How far do you think you would make it on a skateboard? I wouldn't make it to Willis.
That's $15 a mile.
That's no way. I think your math might be off there.
No, dude. That's
3,000 miles she went, right?
It said she got 50 grand, right?
Yes.
And then
3,200 miles.
3266. Yeah, 15 bucks a mile. I think she could have done better.
I don't know how much are you getting paid to skateboard a mile, bruh?
No, I always see stories like this. What I'm fascinated with is the planning and then the time. Because I think we had that one story not too far ago.
The guy walked across.
He walked across, but I
actually tried to get a hold of him to get on the show.
Did he quit?
No, he made it.
No, his job. Like,
yes.
There was something where he had like 3 months or 4 months. He's like, you know what? I've enjoyed doing this. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And that fascinates me in this.
I blocked him out of my memory when he didn't respond to my request for an interview.
You probably you didn't reverse catfish him.
I should have sent him double chin pictures of myself.
Try to Shrek him, dog. But
no, I Banksied his ass.
I wonder what she ate. So now I want to see what she ate. Like, where does she sleep?
Would you like for me to contact her?
I would.
Maybe she's on one of those single sheets for you.
No, I don't want to be on a sheet anymore.
Been on too many sheets,
I think I'm just going to tell people I'm a widow. And then,
what could go wrong there?
Just leave
you know
me
what?
alone.
Start off the relationship based on lies. What could go wrong?
Well, I'm not trying to get into relationships. It's like, or should I wear the wedding ring?
Touche.
Or should I just wear the wedding ring and just?
She passed suddenly.
Yeah, she did. No,
I did tease this story, and I want to get it in before the end of the show. Life has not always been easy for Pearl. She is the world's oldest living chicken. She once broke her leg fleeing a raccoon attack. Look at that.
She's a survivor, man.
She is. Her fellow hens have tried to kill her. She suffered bouts of chicken pox. How did she not see that coming? And pneumonia. And these days, her arthritis tilts her body to one side, and her best friend, it says here,
she's a true pet.
Is a mop.
It's a true
so
pet.
I think old Pearl might be losing her mind if her best friend is a mop. How old do you think this chicken is, Dick?
I think I saw it like 14 or something like that.
14-year-old chicken.
Yeah.
She has survived a lot. The one thing she hasn't survived yet and probably won't is the Colonel's seasoning. That'd be about the only thing they'll get.
You think they would eat it? I doubt it. It's a pet.
It's a pet.
That's
and
a pet.
I imagine after 14 years and a couple of bouts of pox and arthritis, she probably wouldn't taste too good. But
kind of interested.
I'm willing to try.
Kind of interested in that.
That's so weird.
Let's try that out.
So it says the 14-year-old fowl survived it all to become the world's oldest chicken, according to the Guinness World Records. Or at least Hull admits the oldest chicken whose owner bothered filling out the paperwork. And therein lies the rub. If you're not doing the proper paperwork, you have no idea. It's kind of like the kids in the Little League World Series. They could be 40. They could be 14. No one really knows.
Is that going on right now?
Paperwork, yes, it is. Paperwork's a little sketchy down there in the Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think now they're having passport problems. I read that the other day. I was like, I think it was Venezuela or something.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed in the country. And it was because they forgot to submit something. And I'm like,
it's always the fine details.
Yeah, it's funny to me.
Yeah. Last story here. This is wicked, man. I saved this for last because it might be after the 55 minutes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
A Chinese woman trapped in a locked room for 30 hours.
Is that Cindy?
Was finally... Cindy Cochran, right here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, 2 o'clock, everyone. She was finally rescued after she, get this, flung a pillow bearing a message written in her own blood out of a window, according to the local government. So this woman, who was identified as Zhao, was cleaning a guest house in one of these buildings when she entered a bedroom without her phone. What followed was days and days of a desperation because the door locked behind her and she could not get out. So she was desperate.
So they're not ADA compliant?
I guess not. There was no food and there was no access to a toilet either. So here's what I'm thinking.
What kind of room is this?
Sounds like a murder room.
Like a hostel room?
Yeah, right? I'm thinking if there was no access to a toilet, she didn't have to use blood to write help on that pillowcase.
All right, cool. You're
could have made a little pot.
Kind of want to put you in this situation now.
Done a little finger painting. It seems like that would have been easier with pot rather than doing what she did, which
Do you think she actually used the restroom?
Which was chew on her finger till it bled enough to write out help. Do I think she used the restroom? 30 hours? I don't think I could hold it. At that point,
I don't know.
At that point, you're thinking, I'm going to die. Who cares? At least I'll go out with an empty bladder.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that seems really, really scary. Wild. She was on the 6th floor of this building when somebody passing by saw it and was like, what is this pillowcase hanging out? Went up there and rescued her. The man was given a reward. Would you like to know how much he was rewarded?
Do you actually give him money?
For saving this woman, that's right.
How much?
$419.
What way to go, dude?
You know, I'm not...
Easy.
Look, he was probably doing it out of the good of his heart, but I'm thinking throw him a few more Chinese shekels his way. 419 doesn't really sound like...
Is that what they're called? They're called yen, isn't it?
I mean, maybe.
When you say shekels, isn't it like what pirates deal with?
Arr, matey.
I mean...
Chinese shekels, man.
I can't believe they rewarded him money just for...
Yeah, something to do with the state over there. Gave him, it's like a Good Samaritan deal over there in China, I guess.
Look at that. That's nice.
Yes, it was. You know, look, it's a conversion rate. It probably only got him.
So it wasn't dollars.
That's what it, I think, converted to.
Okay, that's actually a good chunk of change. What would you do if you found a pillow with blood on it? Would you be like, "Oh, clearly someone's in trouble"?
You know, this is an interesting thought experiment. If I were this man down on the street and saw that, I don't know. I hate to say it, I don't know that I'm responding to that. I might think it's a prank. I might think someone's there to abduct me, but I want to be the guy who helps out.
I wonder.
I could use $419. Is what I'm saying.
She was screaming out the window. Because you think if you're
I think it held it up to the window, not out the window. She held it up to the window, not out the window. Sorry.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm like.
I don't think the window's open.
Can you not break the window?
I mean, you could, I suppose, right? If there's something in the room.
Because I'm not trying to poke holes. I'm trying to understand this room because
I think you're victim blaming.
Most hotels.
She didn't use her dookie, didn't break the window. Look at you.
Most hotels don't auto lock from the inside.
What else did she do wrong? Yeah, that is weird. Except for the studio.
No, you can get out.
Uh-huh.
I think.
Yeah, it says it just says a guest room.
Yeah, I was curious.
Guest room in Western China's.
Is that like that? Is that the Epstein room? Is that what that is?
I know. I think there's a lot more questions than answers here in this one. But anyways, alas, she has survived after 30 hours in the murder room.
Okay.
All right, quick hit here at the end of the show. Dick, do you know who Timothy Treadwell is?
No.
Well, he died October 5th, 2003,
That's
was
sad.
an American bear enthusiast,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
environmentalist,
This is him. I know.
documentary filmmaker,
Yeah.
and founder of the bear protection organization called Grizzly People.
Yeah, no. That documentary, I saw Grizzly Man.
Mhm.
And I remember reading about it. And if no one knows what this documentary is about, it's like his footage.
Correct.
So some director took his footage and made a story about him. Well, apparently his death from the bear
Oh, you're
was
burying the
on
lead. Yeah.
was
on film.
it was on film, and I remember watching it like they're gonna show this.
and
This is
that
gonna
they
be
did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought they did.
And I thought that was so like the way they were
Oh.
advertising.
Oh,
it.
you know what? The family probably didn't allow it. If I
Well,
had to-
yeah,
if I had to
but
guess.
I was sitting there going like, that's really weird. That's really, really weird.
Yeah. Well, it says on October 5th, 2003, Treadwell and his girlfriend Amy, were killed and almost fully eaten. I wonder what part wasn't eaten by a 28-year-old male bear whose stomach was later found to contain human remains and clothing.
They never talk about the girlfriend, by the way.
This guy, Timothy, lived among coastal
Like, they don't
brown
even give her
bears
name.
for 13 summers. Her name was Amy Hugengard.
Yeah.
Huganyard. So yeah, well, he was, I think, the more quote unquote famous one of the two. But yeah, both of them eaten alive by the bears they were studying.
My favorite thing is
Whoa.
when people talk about this, because it's one of those like stories where everyone's always like, "Duh, you're messing around with grizzly bears." And if you read the last,
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
If you read the last quote from the research ecologist in the area, he goes, he was breaking every rule in the park in terms of distance to bears, harassing wildlife, and interfering with natural processes. Right off the bat, his personal mission was at odds with the Park Service. He did.
Sounds like they're not too upset by this. I mean,
Well, because when you're in scenarios like this, it's always funny because like if a business or property owner or whatever, it's like, well, you got to protect yourself because people can blame you for anything. And it's like, yeah, this guy chose to go talk to grizzly bears.
this is pretty funny, though. His parents say that he was an ordinary young man until he went away to college. He attended Bradley University on a swimming and diving scholarship. There, he claimed to be a British orphan, and other occasions claimed that he was from Australia. This guy started losing it when he went off to school. Them damn libs up there at college. Well, anyways, Timothy William Dexter Treadwell, whatever your name is, you are always with us in our hearts. You are our audience of one onesie of the week.
Or that one part that's left.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
True.
Too soon.
All right, guys.
Hey, I hope you take care of that chronic diarrhea, Dick, and
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing your personal story of
Yeah,
struggle
it's
with
a
the onesies.
struggle, man. People need to know the story so they know I'm with you.
Until next week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.